Are now under some sort of air quality alert, including here in Metro Detroit. That alert has been extended through tomorrow as we still have unhealthy air. And I've been watching the AQI, that's the air quality index, and it has improved somewhat, especially to our north up into the thumb. Now just unhealthy for sensitive groups, those with asthma and respiratory problems. But the rest of Metro Detroit still either unhealthy or very unhealthy. That AQI is at 198. We get an update here in 4 minutes, so I'll have a new one for you in the main forecast, but we're still at that unhealthy, very unhealthy level, which means that outdoor activities and things like that are just not good right now. When is it going to end? That's the big question everyone wants to know. Well, tonight here at 11 o'clock, the smoke forecast has the thickest, heaviest smoke headed to the East Coast, New York, Boston, D.C. And here in Metro Detroit by 8 a.m. tomorrow, you can see we still have that smoke and haze. It's a little lighter tomorrow, but still in the unhealthy range for everyone. But by Friday at 8 a.m., we really start to show signs of improvement. Notice back to the west is nice and clear. And so by Friday afternoon, we should see that smoke clear out of here. Doesn't mean it won't return, though. And I'll explain that coming up in the forecast.
All right, Kim. Community leaders in Ypsilanti coming together to try to prevent future gun violence after a tragedy of 2 days ago.
They gathered tonight after 4 teens were shot and 2 young lives were lost. Jacqueline Francis was at tonight's vigil held for the victims. She joins us now with the latest on the investigation. Jacqueline.
Kimberly and Devin, as far as we know, no arrests have been made yet in this case. It comes as those community leaders gathered tonight to speak out against the violence that took those 2 young lives.
This is very hard, very tragic to deal with. We shouldn't have to see our young teens, falling prey to gun violence.
Clinical therapist Judith Thurman says this is the 4th teenage patient she's lost to gun violence. The latest was just 16 years old.
He was an awesome kid, had a lot of dreams and goals in mind for the most part. He was really a good kid. He will be forever missed.
The 16-year-old was one of 4 people shot Monday evening while sitting in a car in Ypsilanti. Police say he and a 20-year-old man died, while the other 2 gunshot victims, ages 14 and 19, are expected to survive. 3 of the victims are brothers.
As a community leader, as a chief of police, as a father myself, my heart breaks for the parents and for the people impacted, and I want to be here to share and support them for what they're going through.
The Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office is leading the investigation, but that's not stopping city leaders from offering their support. Many of them in attendance at a gathering Wednesday.
Yes, I've been in great communication with our chief of police, who has been working really collaboratively with our county sheriff's department so that we understand what's happening and where things are headed. Though we can't talk about it, we know that they are diligently working through this.
We heard a lot of talk tonight about the importance of having resources for youth in the community. Reporting live, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
Okay, Jacqueline, thank you. New at 11, a jury finds a dog owner not guilty in the deadly mauling of a 9-year-old girl. Back in 2019, Emma Hernandez was riding her bike when the dogs escaped from a backyard, attacking and killing her. The owner was charged with second-degree murder, involuntary manslaughter, and having a dangerous animal causing death. The jury returned a not guilty verdict on all 3 counts.
The city of Detroit is looking to the sun to power all of its municipal buildings. Now, really funny to talk about given where we are right now with the air, but what does that look like? 250 acres of solar panels. Mara McDonald live on Detroit's west side with more on how this would work. Mara.
Well, Devin, that's the multi-million-dollar question. And before anyone puts up another solar field like this one, the city tomorrow morning is putting out requests for proposals that are going to ask 2 things. Number 1, how much would all of this cost? And number 2, and more interestingly, what about the placement? Let me show you. Before anything that looks like this pops up, let's make one thing clear.
I want to leave the decision to the community. I want each community to decide for itself, is this right for us? And if it's not, we're not going to pursue it. It's going to have to be something the community asks for.
So here are the 2 options. The mayor is asking for proposals to, 1, build a 250-acre solar panel farm outside the city limits, like is being done in other major cities, and 2, which is intriguing.
Could we build on stretches of blighted land in the city of Detroit? Is that something that neighborhoods here would like to consider?
Detroit already built a 3-acre solar farm on 96 in Greenfield in 2016. What's pushing this idea to consider solar now? The federal government is willing to pick up to 50% of the cost, which makes this expensive technology potentially economically competitive. If neighborhoods are interested in having a solar field, there would be community benefits, including money for parks, home repairs, and even solar power for neighboring homes. Back here live, but before we all get ahead of our skis here, the mayor says that it's going to take a good 3 months to hear back from any of these solar developers, and then there's going to have to be a whole lot of discussion. Devin, Kimberly, back to you.
I imagine, Mara, that what the city spends each year keeping the power on its municipal properties is a tidy sum.
Yeah, mayor says that that's probably around $9 million a year, give or take a couple bucks. So that gives you an idea of where this should start as far as what the total cost for like a 250-acre solar panel farm would be.
Yeah, quite
Back
a
to
bit.
you.
All right, Mara.
Well, new at 11, the Great Lakes Water Authority will be issuing credits to communities absorbing portions of Highland Park's water debt. Today, the board of directors approving a plan to use Highland Park's recent $1 million payment to issue credits to those communities. The reimbursements will come in the first quarter of the year 2024. The two parties are still working to settle a nearly $24 million water debt.
This just into our newsroom. It will be music to the ears of Troy residents living along I-75. They've been fighting to reduce freeway noise along that stretch of freeway between 13 Mile and Adams Road, but MDOT was short of the money needed to build noise walls along the freeway. Well, State Senator Michael Weber says the state's new fiscal budget includes $10 million to complete the project. Michigan lawmakers approving a record $82 million budget, boosting funding for schools in Michigan.
It'll bring generational change and a record level of funding for public schools and universities, while using the state's financial surplus to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on special projects. It's the first budget for Democrats since they gained full control of the state government. The new budget goes into effect October 1st.
I said billion, of course, $82 billion budget. Operation PACT, which stands for Preventing Acts of Community Tragedy, just wrapped up in Warren, and they're calling it the most extensive operation in the history of the department. Campaign, also known as a warrant sweep, took place over 4 weeks starting in late May. Warren officers arrested 442 people on outstanding warrants, leading to 718 charges. They recovered 68 weapons, 24 stolen vehicles, and issued 2,000 traffic tickets.
A new program is looking to help keep people out of the criminal justice system and get them into good-paying jobs. Job Court is a one-year program where eligible offenders can go to work instead of jail. Those eligible for the program must be charged with qualifying low-level, no assaultive offenses and be recommended by the prosecutor. They'll then be matched with local employers.
In each case, a defendant is present who is willing to take accountability for their actions, demonstrates a strong likelihood for rehabilitation, and is tasked with meeting court-ordered requirements that they must fulfill. And in exchange, their charges will be dropped, and the defendants are very likely to avoid any incarceration at all.
Similar pilot programs are going on in Marquette and Genesee counties. About 200 people are expected to take part in Wayne County's program.
Wayne State University is set to hire its first female president. The Detroit News reporting Kimberly Andrews Espy will be the school's choice. She's currently the provost and senior vice president for academic affairs at the University of Texas at San Antonio. Espy will replace the current WSU president, M. Roy Wilson, who is stepping down come August.